God damn. Oh man, what in the hell?
What it do?
It's been too long, man.
Way too long, man.
Too long.
What's popping, people?
Man, shit.
Right, I wish I had purple emojis and stuff. We getting there.
Oh man, look.
Gonna be a little bit.
By the grace of the Most High, we even in here tonight. Cause boy,
Yes.
the universe was against us.
Yes, it was.
But you know
Yes, it
what
was.
though? We in this bitch.
Yes, sir.
What up, man?
What it is, man?
Shit.
It's
Live
extra
at
excitement.
5 in this motherfucker. What's going on? Nail Boogie, I see you. Boy, Ashhammer, what's good? Darth Chaos, what's poppin'? John Johnston, Just Fernie, Citadel, Steves, Mike, mother flipping Kang Porter in
Yes.
here. Felicity,
Yes.
Coachella, Chuck
Yes.
D. What
Keep going.
is Goody, Kavai, Patrick? Who else we got in this bitch? Travis, I see you. Dark Chaos, I
Jared.
see you.
Yes.
Jared, the man, or should I say the main, who put
Yes.
the name in the main authority.
Yes,
What's
sir.
goody, my guy? Oh my God, I don't know if y'all can feel right now, but man, this ain't even
Energy.
it. This ain't even it, but it's it.
You're
This
right.
ain't even it, but I'm already
Right.
in the building. I'm already feeling the. Oh boy, look. Woo wee.
Man.
Rah.
You see, we out
Rah.
here in space, man. They see us that we out here in space.
Let's see. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. This ain't no space. We in the
Yeah,
quantum
you're right.
realm somewhere.
In the quantum realm, yes. Trying to gather that time.
I'm trying to go holler at it. I'm trying to go holler at somebody, man. I don't know who I am. He who remains, she who used to be here, him that don't be
Right.
here no more. One of them motherfuckers got to tell me what's going on, bruh. Something,
Need some info.
something ain't right,
sir.
man. Something ain't right.
Right.
But
the mains who remain. That's
the
right.
mains who remain, you damn right.
Jared. Yes.
We still here. We still
Right,
standing.
standing.
We still strong.
Still strong. Yes.
What's up, man? Oh my God!
Oh,
Look,
man.
first and foremost, welcome. It's your boy Al. It's your main Lavis. We are the main authority in this bitch.
Yes. So
The
you know that.
HMIC, head mains in charge.
Yes. Man, he's on it tonight. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been waiting.
Yeah.
I have been waiting.
Whew.
I got, you know how much pent up aggression I got?
Plenty.
Man,
Plenty.
I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit though. How we doing, everybody? What's good?
Hope everybody's doing good.
It's been a good long while. I feel like it's been forever.
Forever. Forever never seems too long.
Oh
Till you
man,
gone.
till you're gone, man.
Yes.
Miss Jackson, my intentions were good. I wish I could,
I'm trying to tell you.
but ooh, boy,
But woo.
ooh, man. Yes,
We are for real.
we can defend that later when I call you, but I ain't calling. Man, what's up,
Nah,
Alex
man.
G? I see you. What's up, boy? Who else we got in here, man? Oh man, Fur, I see you in here. Raz, I see you in here. Quentin Lee. Oh my, look, we got the squad in here, man. This is what I'm talking about,
Right.
man.
Man.
Look. And normally
Feels like home.
I don't do this. But I know they be checking for the shirt game. I had to take it back tonight. What you know? What you know?
What they know about that.
Hey man, I'm trying to tell you that up, down, left, right, BA start. It's like us. We got 30 lives. You ain't killing us, man.
Right.
We ain't
If
going
you
nowhere.
Know, now you know.
Now you know. And speaking of what they don't know or might need to know, you might be wondering what happened, why we are not on that other network. What happened? Why we over here now? What's going on? What's going on that y'all on Lavish channel today? Well, look, what we will say is this. certain business decisions was made, and here we are. We wanted to come live on the Mayne Authority tonight, but as it turns out, YouTube has certain parameters and pre-qualifications that we are still getting privy to. So as we work on those things, we weren't going to hold out on y'all any longer. No. We in here because we had to let y'all know.
Yes,
man,
we did.
How the fuck are you feeling, bruh?
Man, energized, man. Shoot.
Trying to tell you, man. Ready to go in here. Man, it's been a crazy, what has it been now? What, 3 weeks? 2-3 weeks?
Man.
Something like that,
2-3 weeks.
Oh, man. I mean, if you know, it was some stuff went down, but the crazy part about it, and this is what I want to get into first, because I don't think a lot of people really understand this. And this is something we have not talked about since we made the split, which really wasn't us making it, but you know what I mean.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. This is actually a plan that was several months in the making in terms of us deciding, we got enough people in the main gang right now that maybe it's time for us to branch out and see what this really do. You know what I'm saying? So we actually have been thinking about doing this for quite a while, as long, in fact, as the main gang server has been in effect, because that was kind of the first baby step of us really trying to grow and build what it was we was trying to build, you know what I'm saying? And so because we had other priorities, this got put kind of on the back burner. We would talk about it, kind of think about what we wanted to do, how we wanted to bring it to you guys and you girls, lady mains alike. But we really didn't really have any direction. We didn't know exactly what we wanted to do. But see, life has a funny way of kicking you in the ass when you need a good swift kick in the ass. And while we were sitting here toiling away, grinding, doing what we was doing, life said, "Nah, bro, we got plans for you two mains. It's time for you to step out. It's time for you to get on your own too and do what it do.
And jazz it up.
You got to jazz it up." And so, as such, we have in the last several weeks been putting the pedal to the metal, getting everything good. First, I gotta say this real quick. Cut the motherfucking music for a second. Can we please get some kind of emojis? I don't care if it's the generic YouTube emojis, but please, can we get some love for this motherfucker right here? Because he has been not only holding it down, but my man has made the main gang Discord, dare I say, the most popping spots in Discord communities. And anybody that don't know yet is just out of fucking luck till they find out. But much more props and respect to the homie Lavis for what he has done with the Discord, man. Cannot say thank you enough, my guy, especially because this week for your boy, been needing it, man. Been needing it. But let me know, man, what's on your mind, man? What you got going on?
Hey, man, I'm just ready to get up in here. It kind of sucks that we got to kind of be over here. Even though it's my channel and all, we still wanted to pop in on that main gang. What's up, Blessed Valley? I see you. What's up, fam? Cuzzo.
Hey.
But hey, I'm just happy that we are able to be anywhere, for one thing. And I'm just glad that we have the people that we have that show us love and are just, supporting us, man. It's amazing. I'm just very humbled in this moment right now, for real. So it's just glad to see all these lovely names, see some of these good, awesome faces, Mike and Kendall and Lord Vito, all y'all, First Casquella, all y'all. It's just a lot of love, man. So I'm just appreciative, man. I can't wait till we can actually do the official thing. We got a lot of stuff coming, working on some new commercials, got some assets on the way. You seen one of the little starting screens that might switch up, but that's just something we made real quick. But still, that just shows that we're working on some of them changes, man.
Oh yeah.
And It ain't never gonna stop. It ain't never gonna stop. So we're just gonna get it popping. Can't wait to do it though.
No doubt.
So, like for me, since we ain't really been in with the people, like I figured maybe we could get into some, just jump into some Q&A, maybe have them answer some stuff that they probably wanted our takes on.
Hell yeah.
We didn't get to talk about over these past few weeks and see how the people's doing, man. I just really wanted to see how the people's doing.
I think that's a damn good idea. As long as on one condition though. People. We not on that other station no more. So can I keep it a buck with y'all right now? I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all right now. Your boy hungry as hell. I'm gonna just be real with you. I'm hungry as shit. You know the good thing about being on your own channel?
What's that, man?
This.
Oh man.
Nuggets.
Oh man's got it.
Nuggets on camera.
Yes. Maybe you got Furcus Gwilly.
And I got the
John
sauce.
Johnston.
You
Yes,
see that I got
Johnston.
the sauce.
He's got the sauce.
Because if you ain't got that sauce, motherfucker, that's your loss.
Right.
Wow.
Sir. Son. I remember that shit.
No ASMR, but man.
Right, about to say everybody's ready to hear some of them chewing sounds. You know they people like that.
Let me tell you. Man, look, I'm telling you, we getting it in tonight. I got the biscuit too. So look.
Oh man, you got jelly? Got any jelly with that?
Honey on this one.
Ah, you got honey. Hey, that's even better, man. It's even better. Right, with a sip of that purple, man. Y'all know how it is. Y'all already know
drink on it.
how it is. And I'm just gonna say this for some of y'all. I see some of y'all asking for some tea. We ain't got no tea, man. That pot is dry. We done.
You
let
didn't
it
hear
go.
the tea? Ain't no tea. Rear view. Look.
Shut.
In the words of the infamous Andre 3000, spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. So sorry to tell you. Ain't no looking back.
We totally in the spaceship.
I don't even want to see my prom pictures. I'm telling you, man. We are on to the next. So we wants to talk about the future, the here and the now, or whatever. Hey, man, Kavai, look, that was half the biscuit, bro. Chill, man. It's a Popeye's biscuit. You know them biscuits be flat as shit. It was half, man. Calm down.
I was about to say, you know what? That was kind of
Y'all
funny.
was probably both looking at me, judging my biscuit.
Like, where'd you get? Like, somebody perm pressed that for you? Like, pop it off of that biscuit, man.
Here's a whole
one. Going down.
That's a whole one.
Okay.
That's a whole one.
Okay.
We all right.
There we go. Gotcha. Good. Well, I saw somebody say they want to see hear about our what if takes first.
Okay.
That's what I synced. And I have actually still been keeping an eye on that. And they seem to be leaning kind of hard on the Captain Carter. Now, I know that's the first episode that they're going to do. So obviously, they're not going to try to leak too much or give you too much. They're going to hype up what you're going to see first. But I mean, that's dope that they're putting, they're steady with the female leads. I'm always down to see what they do with the female leads. But it still makes me kind of curious on what they're going to be doing for the whole rest of What If. I heard they dropped down an episode. It's supposed to be 10, but I heard it's going to be 9. But that was also in the confirmation that there's going to be a season 2, which, I have already been saying that. There's going to be a season 2 of that. And then I heard some speculation that, and I know it ain't, but I'm hearing some speculation that it's supposed to be like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. It's not exactly the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Everybody's been going in an uproar about that. I think it's Tom Holland. They just kind of spruced him up and made him look a little bit more like Peter Parker.
Yeah, I saw that.
There was the cross rumor with that is that it might be Steve Rogers. Supposedly in the What If, Steve Rogers took over the mantle of Spider-Man, but that didn't really make too much sense because it didn't look too much like Steve Rogers. But I mean, hey, a haircut goes a long way.
That it does.
What I know.
That it does.
But yeah. There you go. Second player, Captain Carter and the Multiverse Protectors. I'm surprised that they're putting it to where like that's like she's actually the captain of that team. I figured they would make it more of a like Guardians of the Galaxy type deal.
Oh,
but
okay.
of the multiverse. I didn't think that they would maybe like single a person out and then make everybody else behind them. It kind of would make sense that some version of Captain America would be the one to be at the helm. So that kind of makes sense. But I mean, from What If, I think that is going to be the next best show that they have on Disney Plus. I think it could be up there with Loki. It's an animated series, so it's kind of hard to kind of mess that up. But it can. But I mean, the animation looks great for what they're doing. I'm pretty sure the story is going to be dope. I've seen that my man Charles Murphy said he saw the first 3 episodes and said it gave him chills.
Well,
said it's pretty. Yeah. So I'm hearing nothing but good things about it. We only got to wait. What? Is it next week?
Is it no week after? I think. Is it?
Or the week after?
What's today?
Let the people. I'm waiting for the people to tell us. I like when the people's.
Yeah, y'all let us know. Let us know.
Dude. Maybe we should. Maybe I should. Maybe link this up when we do the main gang and start giving out points on the Discord while we're live for people who give us answers.
August
11th. Alrighty, so I'm pretty sure that's the day. Yep, it's next week, and that should be the day before Titans drops.
Yeah.
And if you ain't on the Discord, that means you're missing when I'm doing my Titans season 2 rewatch, man. We are on, I believe, episode 5, Deathstroke. It's getting good, man. It's getting good. So I'm not sure yet, but the Mayne and I may do a watch party for
What If?
What If? Yeah.
Yeah,
we may do a watch party for What If.
Even if we don't do like the waking up at the early morning hour, we damn sure getting in there and watching the episode with y'all sometime that Wednesday. That's for sure. Now, whether we do it early morning, we'll see how that work out. But
yeah, we'll see.
We gonna definitely get in there with y'all on that.
Right, most definitely. And I wouldn't mind doing a Titans watch party as well under the same parameters. I don't know if it's going to be the wake up party, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely down to do almost whatever. We've been saying whatever. Almost whatever. So we got a lot of plans coming on. We're planning on doing some we may link the YouTube and do some YouTube Twitch gaming. And we so far we've been on that Grand Theft Auto, and you need to come up in there and be a part of the main gang.
Man, we got the main gang on GTA, and it be going down.
Yes, totally be going down.
Holla at your boy.
But yeah, make sure that y'all catch Titans, man. If you ain't privy or able to watch some of these rewatches that we're doing, I'm gonna try to turn up more on it tomorrow and Saturday. Bust them out. We only got, I think, 7 episodes left. I'm doing them about 2 at a time. So I think season 2 is a good jump off spot for the Titans if you have not watched it. The first season, and the homie's watching the first season now. I think he at least caught a couple of the episodes. And the first season goes in, it's popping. It gets you started on who the Titans are, brings a little team together. But you can tell the difference between season 1 and season 2 as far as the budget goes and the story. Story gets way better in season 2. I think if you're unfamiliar with Titans, period, go ahead and watch season 1, and even watch some of the cartoon animated ones. I wouldn't watch Teen Titans Go. That's a little more for like the young mid-teens and younger. But watch the original Titans. That's more of like a teen and older, to where they got some real drama in there. You can actually get some sauce on some of those characters there. But I think season 2 for Titans is a good jumping up point. It kind of wraps up their season 1 finale in their first episode, and then they move on and get into the new fresh story on season 2 with Deathstroke. And they practically kind of redo the Judas Contract storyline on that in their own little way, and it's pretty dope. You get what's his name, Jason Todd for Robin on there. Toward the end, they kind of pay off with the Nightwing. It's not really spoilers, you get Nightwing. You can kind of Google any of this stuff too. if you want any of that info. But it's dope to sit back and watch it and see how they got there, because season 3, for me, I believe, is going to just bust and blow everything up out of the water. Getting Red Hood, an introduction to Joker. I believe they got Barbara Gordon in it. They're supposed to somehow bring Batman back. I think they're bringing Batman back. There's a lot of stuff going on in season 3. The budget, from what I've been hearing and seeing, that they have amped that up. I heard the story's even better on that. So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty dope getting up in there, man. I think it's going to be the best season that they have, and hopefully they can keep building up on that. And I think, honestly, Titans, I know a lot of people here, some of y'all are familiar with Doom Patrol. I think Titans is actually going to be better than Doom Patrol. I haven't really heard this kind of an upgrade for that show. I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up canceling it. I didn't think it was bad, but I don't think it's as good as what they have been doing with the Titans. So get in on that for sure. And like I said, catch these watch parties. I'm trying to do one again tomorrow about 10. Go as late as most people want to go on that day, and then we'll go again on Saturday night around the same time, probably if not a little earlier, and bust out the rest of those episodes. So this way next week we can go live, and I'll watch with you guys live, get some reactions and talk about it a little bit, see how people feel about Titans when we get to that point, and some of these other shows too. What if what are you thinking, man, for what you have seen from the Titans? Was you feeling that?
I'm surprisingly here's the funny thing. I remember like a couple years back when the trailer first dropped and they did the whole fuck Batman thing, right? And I remember going, damn, when this come out, I got to watch this. This is going to be interesting. And then it just fell off my radar and I totally forgot about it. And here we are, season 3. I start watching the first episode. When I get that scene, I was like, oh, this that show. I totally forgot about this shit. So now I'm in it, and but the problem that I have is that I made the mistake of watching it with the missus, which means I am now on the missus schedule for watching this shit, which is why I still ain't seen but the first episode. Bruh, I'm about to sneak, man. I hope she ain't watching.
I was about to say, I'm gonna have.
You know
to
what?
talk
She ain't
her,
watching
man.
because she ain't on the Discord, so she don't know the link. So I'm going on and say, I'm gonna just watch it without her, y'all. Don't worry. I'm gonna catching up on that shit because I got to get season 1 out the way this weekend. That way I can double up on season 2 next week.
Yeah, man.
And we gonna catch up. We gonna get caught up.
Yeah.
But to circle back to What If?
Yes.
Let me just say, man. Anybody that thought What If was gonna be kind of just like this nice little add-on show, What If it might have started that way, but What If is about to be a game changer, y'all. Because what I see, like, I want to take all the multiversal implications and all of that shit, the storyline, you already know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take all of that away, and I want to just look at this from this standpoint. You mean to tell me why Suge got away now to where he can introduce characters to see if people respond to him?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Look what this is going to be. This is a glorified trial run for any iteration of a Marvel character that they want to try to float out there and see if it works. And that's exactly what this show, now that might not be the only premise of the show, but I guarantee you they're using it for that purpose. And what's going to happen is, I think some of the more prevalent characters, i.e. Captain Carter, are going to show up somewhere in live action at some point, and it is going to tie directly into what we learn with What If, because it just makes sense. When you look at what happened with Loki and how people responded to Loki, I think what the MCU figured out or found out from Loki is everybody wants connective tissue. Everybody wants something that is going to lead into whatever the next thing is for the MCU. So they would be really smart to lean into that and use these shows, even though they said, you know, at the beginning, the shows would be totally separate from the movies and you wouldn't have to watch the movies and all that kind of stuff. Man, look, we that was all before the pandy. You know what I'm saying? That was before you had the idea that these movies was going to be showing up in your living room within, you know, the first few weeks or months of them dropping anyway. So now that the landscape has changed, I think they've pivoted. And I think that now we're going to start watching these what if shows and then be looking at, okay, so which one of these characters we think going to show up in the next Avengers movie or something like that. Like I really think so. And I think to the point with the Spider-Man thing, it would make sense for it to be Andrew, but I don't think it would be, simply because this is an MCU show. And why are they going to promote any characters that they don't own? Like, they wouldn't promote Andrew Garfield because Andrew Garfield hasn't been in an MCU project. Now, we know he might be in Spider-Man, but that's still a Sony movie. There's no incentive for Marvel to promote that Spider-Man if Tom Holland is their guy. Now, what I'm more interested in is when you talk about Spider-Man and What If and the Spider-Verse, where the hell is Venom finna fit in all of this? Because you got Venom 2 dropping, and you got some implications with Venom. So I'm like, okay, well, wait a minute. Damn, What If with Spider-Man? What's going on with the Spider-Verse? Where Madam Web at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm starting to see some things being put in place that's making me feel like, hey, we might just be finna really get the best of both worlds, because Marvel might really focus on Spider-Man and the MCU aspect, and Sony might just have the live action Spider-Verse on lock. And if that's the case, hey,
it's gonna be popping.
It's gonna be popping. But I got a hot take, man. I got a hot take. If this is the case, I might be more of a Sony stan than a Marvel stan at that point, bruh.
Oh shit, son.
If you're talking about, if you really finna do some Spider-Verse shit, and I'm finna get Madam Web, and I'm gonna get that whole thing, and I'm gonna be able to see some of those storylines come, bruh, as dope as the MCU is, as many characters as they have to throw out, Spidey's my guy, man.
Yeah, man.
Spidey was that one. I was coming home after school watching the Spider-Man cartoon and the X-Men joint.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I got, I cut my teeth on this comic shit, was that. So if you gonna adapt any of that to live action, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look,
trying to tell you, like, for real, like, how amazing would it be to even if they put it in like a Madam Web movie, to see all the different versions of Spider-Man together.
Oh,
that's
man,
gonna be crazy.
I would lose it, bro. Like, it's insane. It would be insane.
Crazy. Yes,
but I'm telling you, man, like, we are just from a nerd culture standpoint, where we are right now, we're like on the precipice of some real serious shit when it comes to this nerdy stuff, because we thought Endgame was the pinnacle, right? Now we realize that was just the tip of the iceberg. You got Star Wars getting ready to gear up. Now, we still ain't heard much news about, how that's all going to lay out. But we know that they've got some dope shit on the horizon, and that's getting ready to pop. Don't look now, but DC might actually be trying to get their stuff together. Because they got the Flashpoint movie dropping. We hearing some really dope stuff about that. Titan season 3. You got I forgot about the game drop later this year too. I can't think of the name of it, but the one that we watched on E3, that the DC game.
Talking about Gotham Knights?
Gotham Knights, yes.
Yeah.
Gotham Knights dropping later this year.
It's gonna make me get a PS5, man.
I'm trying to tell you, man. So when you look at where we are right now, just from a content standpoint, and just from, it's about to get serious. Like, you're gonna have to, we're gonna be losing some sleep, man, because it's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much. And I'm here for all of it. All of it, man. Cannot wait.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait at all, man. Like I said, DC getting it together, Marvel's already got it together and dropping it. Like I don't know what to do. Really, I really don't know what to do. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna be getting The Boys pretty soon. There's a whole bunch of stuff that this is gonna keep us busy. Just totally gonna keep us busy.
You still got Invincible season 2.
Yep,
coming later on at some point next year. Man,
like y'all ain't ready, man. No. Y'all ain't ready.
And please believe, if it's popping in them streets, we covering that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll play a little algorithm game here and there. You got to do what you got to do, but we are here. We are here.
Yes.
The people.
To get it popping for the people.
We are here for you.
Yes.
The people.
Yes, we are.
We are going to cover what you want to see, what you want to talk about.
Right. And if you're on the Discord, man, I'll make a poll. We'll see.
We damn sure will.
Voice heard. You will get your voices heard.
We'll do that. We'll do a poll at the top of the show. Matter of fact, look, that might be an idea. We'll throw a poll at the top of the show, and then like that segment will be, watcher's choice.
Right. You know what? We might have to do that.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Oh, and another thing, when we actually get on the Mayne Gang streaming server, we're gonna need some mods, man. For sure. So I don't know who that could be. Could be any one of you lucky people in here. I can probably say Mike's probably already gonna be one.
Of course.
I know Mike's probably gonna be one. Fanjexture. I can see Lord Vito popping in, talking about make me a mod, I want to be a mod. Where is Whitney? That's
a damn good
who
question.
I'm noticing is missing. The hell is Whitney? She be in the shadow. She over here, and she probably out there just watching, lurking in the shadows as always. But damn. Oh, and another thing that I wanted to say, circling back to what you were saying about Captain Carter.
Yes, sir.
Another thing about that is apparently they're ignoring the show Agent Carter. So that is another show that I guess people had that argument of whether it was canon or not in the MCU. It ain't canon, man. So I don't know how many of y'all were actually fans of Agent Carter. But that show ain't nothing, just like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing going down in the MCU. So don't get mad when there ain't nothing that's similar when you get to watching that. Ain't nobody care about them shows. I think it was just pretty much the way that the whole contract and licensing went with the whole Marvel Studios, that sector, because they were broken up still kind of at that time before Feige took everything over, before he became White Suge. And then they kind of squoze everything together, and things that didn't fit got squoze out. So yeah, if you like that show, don't take it out there. Don't take it out there. Yeah, Ash, I don't need you just banning people though. Well, maybe might need you just banning people. We will see. But
sometimes you do just gotta ban somebody though. Just to keep them on their toes. You gotta ban them.
Yeah, then you gotta drop that hammer, man. Gotta play Thor, let the hammer fly.
No doubt about that.
What else have you guys been catching up on or talking about that maybe we have not given our take on? I still need to go see the Suicide Squad, but I'm hearing good things. I'm hearing good, like really, really good, dope things about that, man. Like even people saying that my man James Gunn came through, gave him one of their best movies, dropped the mic and dipped. So I'm gonna have to check that out.
That's what I'm hearing
too. King Shark. Yeah. So I mean, James Gunn to me is an awesome director. So,
oh yeah, man. Look, James Gunn made people pay attention to the Guardians. Like nobody knew who the hell the Guardians were like that. And look what he did with that. Right. So I'm saying he got my attention right off of that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I really didn't have any interest in seeing this Suicide Squad movie, but I gotta admit, hearing some of the reviews and some of the talk out here in the streets, man, I'm like, I might have to check it out then. If it's like that, I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah, I might have to go tomorrow. I'm still a theater head, so I might have to go to the theaters and check it out. Sure.
They see that. Oh man, they have given me the ultimate excuse to be cheap as fuck. Because now I'm like, Oh wait, are they streaming this? Is it a $30 stream? Then I go to the
Right.
Is it a free one? I'm thinking I'm gonna sit at home and watch this one.
Right.
That's how, I mean, because it's like, it's gotta be something that like moves me. Like,
Right.
you gotta get me to go back, because I still have not been to a movie since the Pandy. So for me to finally go, it's gonna have to be one of them where I'm like, yeah, there's like Shang-Chi. There's no way I'm not going to see Shang-Chi in the movies. I'm going to see Shang-Chi.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
First official Marvel movie too. Yeah.
That'll be one that I definitely go see. Now Black Widow, I saw that one at home. But Shang-Chi, take your CGI water loving ass on, Adam. I ain't trying to hear that from you.
Oh man.
Somebody go on vacation and come back brand new trying to correct people.
Did he though? Like, one man looked like he done exfoliated and everything
You know
while
what
he
I'm
was
saying?
out there. Shed his skin like a younger version of Zoidberg. Now he came back ready to cut through that CGI water, man. Okay, now stop. Especially a man over there Grubhubbing this bitch, dude.
I told you, I'm straight comfortable tonight. Woo. This is good shit.
Right. So I mean, yeah. Speaking of fan gesture, I saw you said you were 6 minutes in, and then you had to stop because you saw we were streaming. But like, can a brother get a link? Can a brother get a screen share or something? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to watch Suicide Squad too. You know
Man,
what I'm
look,
saying?
you first of all, you should already know. We gonna get off this stream and I'll have it in 2.5.
I know it.
You already know.
I'm still gonna go watch it in the movies though.
Why you gotta say that like I won't? If it's good, I go give them their $15.
I'm trying to tell you. I see, but you know, that's to me. It's better than paying the 30 or whatever.
Oh man, first of all, anybody that paid $30 for a movie, man, you better change your life.
I'm trying to tell you, because Black Widow wasn't it. Black Widow was not the movie that I was going to pay.
Let's get into it, please, because we ain't man.
No, yeah, we ain't even.
Bruh, can we talk about Black Widow for a minute? Can we talk about Black Widow for just a minute?
I don't know if I should let you, man.
I'ma just Black Widow, man. Black Widow could have been every bit of a dope ass movie. In fact, Black Widow was a dope ass movie until they shitted on Taskmaster.
Oh man,
bro, I have watched Black Widow like 3 times. I cannot. Every time I watch that movie, I get more and more upset at the fact that Taskmaster got turned into just like nobody.
Pretty much.
There is no reason to ever bring Taskmaster back at all. I don't even want a multiverse because I'm just all it's gonna do is remind me that y'all blew it the first time. Like I don't know it.
I mean, didn't they like essentially make her a good person at the end of
pretty
it?
Pretty much. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just didn't.
Was Taskmaster ever good?
I'm gonna say this because it doesn't happen often, but that's probably one of the few instances where I feel like Disney the movie for the MCU, they did that Disney shit, and I was like, oh come on, man! Like I get that you gotta like y'all don't want to go too hard because of the subject matter, but like you ain't got to turn the villain into the trash. Like no. Right. And here's the thing. People talked about, because I heard a lot of people saying like you didn't really learn anything from Black Widow, and it really didn't give Scarlett Johansson the send off that she should have gotten. She got her send off in Endgame, y'all. Let's be clear. Endgame was her send off.
Yeah,
that was the conclusion to her arc. If Black Widow had come out when it was supposed to come out, this movie would have had a whole different perspective. It'd have hit a whole lot different. But because we waited on this movie for so long, because there was nothing in that movie that really was going to change anything about what we knew about the MCU, there was nothing to really look forward to in this movie other than Taskmaster. And then you find out, look what they did with Taskmaster. So it was like that made it, and I can't disagree with people who say the movie didn't do Natasha Romanoff's character justice, because you blow it by giving her a weak ass villain.
Yeah, man.
You gave her a weak ass villain.
Like she had to beat herself up just to be able to touch the dude that she was wanting to put hands on. I was just trying to figure that out. Like you got to sever nerves just to fight a dude, and it's a dude at that. I mean, I get it, but it just didn't hit. It didn't really feel like if she was able to go complete apeshit on him, that old buddy would be able to handle that.
Right.
Like, period. Like, I don't know. It was just a weird. Both villains. They had a tier 1 and a tier 2, and neither of them
really did anything. Right.
Yeah, they didn't cut the cake for me at all.
No.
That one.
Now I did like Yelena in the movie though. I thought she was dope. Yeah. I thought I'm interested to see a little bit more of her moving forward. It didn't do anything to like make her, skyrocket up my list or anything like that. But I thought I would like to see more, or put it this way, I would have liked to see more stories with those characters, with everybody. Yeah. Or something to that effect. The Red Guardian, okay. I really hope that dude in the prison was not the mutant and is not the way that they introduced mutants, because they literally just made that dude nobody. And it was just, that's the thing that I had a problem with Black Widow more than anything else, was it was so much shit in that movie that felt like they just threw it in there and did it to do it, that it was just like, well, I mean, what are we doing at this point? This ain't it, G. This ain't it.
And what's up to the main Second Street Marvel?
Hey,
I gotta agree with him though. I think in the end they're not too bad of villains. They wrote it terribly. Wrote it very terribly. Like they could have kept them. They could have kept them Anthony Masters as Taskmaster. But you know what I feel? I think they went that direction because they kind of messed it up in Captain America 2. The Winter Soldier, when they kind of introduced that guy who wound up turning into Crossbones later. Mm-hmm. I think what they really should have did was turn him into because the story of Anthony Masters, pretty much he helps bring down S.H.I.E.L.D. from the inside and he kills a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. That would have been a perfect storyline for him and make him, into Taskmaster. But they did the Crossbones thing and then they wound up even killing him off. And I have to agree with the homegirl Felicity, man. They just don't really do too well with their villains. They don't do too well with pairing them up with their heroes. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that they got rid of Red Skull as early as they did. Like, Red Skull is a reoccurring villain for Captain America that could have fit in plenty of places in a lot of the future movies that they made in any of those. So I guess maybe they didn't want to make it too stale and have him come back in like a Winter Soldier aspect or something like that. But they don't do too well with the villains. So like to me, like, yeah, it was a good movie. I did like the action in it. I liked a lot of the sequences they put in there, like them driving down the middle of the streets and with a whole tank behind them and knocking them down into the subway. That was dope. But you would have to be like pool champ, billiards champion to be able to knock it in the pocket like as well as they did down in that subway. But they kind of played into the Budapest thing when they did that. And I still don't feel like they gave enough of an explainer. I mean, it was a straightforward general that Budapest was the fact that she had to blow up my man trying to kill him and accidentally killed, or at least from what she found out later, extremely maimed his daughter. Right. So that was Budapest. But I mean, like, as much as they have referenced it in so many of these Marvel movies, like, you would have thought that maybe they would have done better on a flashback. That flashback they gave us with her just chilling in the car.
Yeah, like the whole thing, bro. Like even the emotional weight of that scene. Because like when they first showed it, I'm like, oh damn, they killing kids out here. Okay, like,
right.
We going there? Bet.
You know Disney don't do that. They
right, and then like I should have known, because then you get to the end and like, of course she didn't die. Like of course not. And that was the thing, man. And so it really starts to, and I saw this kind of conversation going in the chat a little bit, but it really starts to make you wonder, what about, or what is it that Disney loved so much about Feige, other than the fact that this man crank out like multi-million-dollar movies like it's nothing. But even before that, man, like when he was pitching this vision and everything else, maybe that's part of what appealed to Disney, was the fact that like he doesn't really feel like there's a lot of focus is necessary on villains, because Disney doesn't really really dive into villains like that.
Yeah,
like they've never. It's like, yeah, the villains are there, but they're more there to serve the purpose. You know what I'm saying? They don't like. Now I think a show like Loki really changed that. But then if you look at that, is Loki more of a villain or more like an anti-hero by the time we get to the end of that show? You know what I mean?
Right.
You start to see, like, when you nitpick, and that's the point I was getting at, is we've gotten to a point with content in the MCU, at least, where there's so much of it now that you can start to really get in between the lines and nitpick certain things. And this would be my knock, I think, on the MCU as a whole, is there just needs to be more consistent care taking the villains. Like, there's certain villains that kill it. Killmonger killed it. Thanos killed it. You know what I'm saying? But then you got like Taskmaster, or you got my dude from Iron Man 2. You know, it's like or the Mandarin from Iron Man. The
setup for Mordo.
Like,
even Baron Mordo's is a little watered down too.
Facts. Facts.
What even happened with him?
So yeah,
now
it's just
talk about him.
Exactly. And so it's like and that's a good question. It's like, where the hell is he gonna fit in to this story with the Multiverse of Madness? Like, is he just gonna be a subplot walking around like murdering sorcerers or something like that? Like, that's that you don't even know where that's gonna go, like, or if that's gonna play out. They say he's supposed to be in the movie, but like, how much of a prevalent role will he have? You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing. I want to see them really give villains, and maybe they'll do that with Kang. Maybe we're gonna get that with Kang, because boy.
Yeah, man.
Let me just say, Jonathan Majors, man, like, not to just totally switch subjects, but I'm like, the more I watch the dude in the few minutes he was in Loki, I want this dude to show up as every version of Kang they can possibly throw on screen. Because this guy, to me, seems like he's got the range to play, and I'm gonna say this, hot take, but he's got the range to rival Heath Ledger Joker.
Oh yeah, I would agree.
He's got the range to rival that type of a villain performance, because I think he can bring that much depth and that much like magneticism to that role.
Yeah.
And I think he is going to kill. I don't think we even got to see barely him scratch the surface in Loki. Like, they gave him the most docile, most, tame version of Kang that they could, but also gave him the freedom to play that role in a way that makes you go, I got to see more of this dude.
Yes.
Like, you gotta see, you are going to tune in for Kang, like, to see Jonathan Majors on screen. So I'm blown away by that cat, definitely, man. And so, but that's an example of, again, when you really look at a villain, or when you really start to understand what a villain is supposed to be, or a particular villain at that, like we're talking about Kang, like, you really, whoever wrote and is like spearheading the vision of this, whether it's White Suge, whether it's a team or whoever it is, they understand what the tone needs to be and how to present this character at this stage of the MCU. Like, they're nailing that shit. Like, that's the one thing I'll say this about all three of the shows we've gotten so far. Not one of them have missed in terms of putting you in where you're supposed to be at that point of where we are in the MCU. WandaVision did that, I think, perfectly, even though there was things about WandaVision I didn't like. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier did the same thing by kind of putting you in that situation and in that environment and letting you feel kind of what that was like in that situation. And then Loki damn sure did. They like knocked it out the park. Like, every episode they killed that. So that's the one thing that I think these Marvel shows really have going for them. And what's going to be interesting with What If is if they'll be able to continue that with it being animated. Because I'm not saying it won't be entertaining, but it's a different level of immersion that you have to try to pull people into when you watch something animated as opposed to live action. And so it's going to hit different, but I'm curious to see if that different equates to good or if it equates to great. Because I think we all can agree that What If is going to be a dope ass show. But is it going to be a transcendent show? Like, is it going to be one of those where it's like we watching the episodes 4-5 times because we want to make sure we didn't miss anything whatsoever? Like, if it's one of those, and if it's one of these shows that really pull you into that world or that universe in each of those little stories they do, this might change the game for animated content. You know what I'm saying? Kind of the way that Enter the Spider-Verse did for comic book movies, like animated comic book movies. Like you can't do a comic book movie now unless you come correct, because Enter the Spider-Verse made that, like, laid the gauntlet down. Like they said, this is the bar. So if you ain't up here, then don't even bother making a damn movie. And so I want to see if they're gonna do that same thing with What If.
Yeah, I think What If will do a good enough job getting enough people immersed into it. I agree with you with the fact that they can actually introduce a lot of new or different characters and see how they hit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the same time, what they can do is, they can introduce that version of the character, albeit different from what the comics is like. And it also propels the fact that they're not in that comic universe. You know what I'm saying? They got their own little Earth that they can put together and play with a lot more and show the difference. And this way it will kind of get people out of the whole, oh, well, this isn't like the comics. This isn't comic book accurate, blah, 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 blah. This gives them the ability to actually make it more movie accurate for whatever it is that they want to be able to do, and people can get into that kind of role of seeing it that way and not having to look at it from the comic book aspect. But at the same time, whatever they put in What If, whatever version they decide to go with that, if it really resonates, then they can bring that back in the future. And if it doesn't hit as hard, they have complete air and opportunity now, because of the multiverse, to reintroduce that same character as something new all over again, and kind of get people to just, okay, well, that was Earth's whatever the case version of me, and I didn't like that guy anyway. You know what I'm saying? They can actually openly talk about that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes me curious on what they're going to do with Deadpool, because he's the most fourth wall breaking character that they have, and now they got this multiverse thing going down. I doubt it. I really doubt it. But Fanboy Dreaming says it would be completely dope if we got an animated version of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool.
Hey,
somehow.
I don't think that's necessarily out of the realm of possibility, though.
I don't think it's out of the realm, but I really doubt that we'll see it.
Like, I don't know, because if What If is really gonna be like that, why not throw him in there some kind of way?
I guess because it's called What If and not. Why not? I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't really think they're gonna do it. There's no buzz for it. Nobody's.
No, but that would be an ultimate like WTF moment though. Like you get a What If episode and all of a sudden Deadpool dropped in and like hit you with a little bit of fourth wall breaking shit. Like that would just be nuts. Like imagine they did, especially if they do something like I don't think they would do this, but imagine if they did something where they hinted at like one of the X-Men or something like that, or they did one of the X-Men in What If. And he pops out and goes, "Oh, this is so low budget, Hugh Jackman," or something, like just throw it out there like that. Like that would be fucking funny as shit. Like, and they've got to be thinking of that kind of stuff with Deadpool right now. Like, they've got to be looking at ways that they can, or at least they damn sure should be looking at ways that they can kind of use him in that sense, because that would be, I think, the perfect way to utilize Deadpool in the MCU. Is to let Deadpool just be like the fourth wall breaking peanut gallery. Let him just be the person that jumps around from movie to movie or from place to place, just speaking on like the actual reality of what the fuck's going on and what we looking at. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
I would enjoy that. You know what I would really enjoy, especially if they try to keep the What If thing going. I would enjoy, especially if we get Silver Surfer. Like, I know they're searching for their director. I think they have a director for it, but they haven't got a script or anything for it. I would really enjoy if they used the multiverse to bring us that comic book version of the Infinity Gauntlet, even if it was animated. Even if it was animated. I would still enjoy some kind of what if something that actually gave us those characters that were missing from the comic book story.
Yeah.
I know the story that they did in Infinity War and Endgame was actually more of the writer's actual story that he wanted to do. He didn't want to make it to where it was some kind of like a Death Gauntlet thing. He wanted to do more what they did in the movie. But still, it would be completely dope and crazy if somehow, from What If and them explaining the different branches of the multiverse and how all that's coming together, if the show continued or they decided to do a movie in one of these types of multiverses and we just got the actual origin of Silver Surfer, the actual origin of Galactus and Thanos, and just and give me a live action Silver Surfer fighting against Thanos, because it's like Thanos is like one of his number one nemesis, and something like that. And we got that book of slang, which we're working on. I'm working on making it physical.
I was able to. That was the only thing I was able to smuggle out that motherfucker before we got put out.
Didn't we though?
Got my dictionary,
Right. We got all them words.
All the words.
ERD. But it would be dope if we got a live action Silver Surfer going up against Thanos sometime in the future. That's also something that's not out of the realm of possibilities. There's just so many different things that they could do within these next 5 to 10 years, and I'm here for all the shits, man.
All of it. All of it.
Yes,
man.
Nemesis.
Okay,
you, Chris. I don't know. Nemesis.
What up, Chris? But yeah, man, it's just, again, it's so much shit, so much crazy stuff going on, man. It's been so much stuff going on that we didn't even know where to start with the show today, because we was like, man, like we just got to get in here and talk this shit, because it's so much. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You got, like I said, What If's coming up next week. We on the heels of Low-Key, still trying to, there's still stuff, still absorbing stuff from that. You got, like you said, Titan season 3 getting ready to drop. And that's just the content, like the cinematic stuff. We ain't even talking about games and shit, man. Like, I don't know about y'all, but who's ready for that Tsushima? What is it, director's cut?
Did it drop yet?
No, not yet. It comes out this month. I think the following week, next week. Not the week of What If, but the following week. I want to say that's when it drops. If I could be wrong, it might be September, but I'm really hoping it was August. But you got that dropping for sure. I saw that they got the Black Panther content on your Avengers game getting ready to drop.
Yep.
So
gonna pull me back on that.
That might give me a reason to actually play the game for a change. I mean, I do have it sitting on my 5 collecting dust right now, but
we're not gonna get into that.
You mean Hulk, where he pull it this pull?
said this didn't pull nothing.
Yeah, he didn't pull. No, that pulled nothing
at all.
Nothing. See, what's different though is you didn't make the face that time.
Nah, man.
You didn't make the face.
I know. After that, man, I had to ironclad up and learn how to roll with it on screen,
for real.
On camera. You never catch me.
That was a lesson.
Once. Everybody gets
that
one.
Was a lesson, wasn't it? But yeah, it was. Oh man, and then my guilty pleasure game. It's like flushing $70 down the toilet every year. 2K coming out. And even though I said I wasn't gonna do it.
Oh, don't do it. Why?
I'm gonna. I'd already reserved that damn game, man. I'm a basketball junkie, bro. Like I can't help it.
What's new?
I can't tell you anything that's new other than the rosters. They have this year's rosters on it. Look, you want to know, and this is how they get you though. This is why this is psychological bullshit. Because I was playing 2K21 without a care in the world, knowing it sucked. But I was like, you know what? I'm having fun with it. I don't care. You want to know the moment I stopped playing 2K21? When the NBA draft happened.
And I'm like, 22 drop.
I'm like, man, none of these dudes is on the game now, man. Like, I'm not finna go. My career is like, no. I'm like, no. I'm gonna just wait now. I'm gonna just wait. No, I'm not waiting. I'm not forgetting. Oh, and Ashley, I'm forgetting about Bad Batch.
I was gonna say they're disappointed. We ain't
I was trying to
Bad Batch.
I was trying to keep it on a light mood. See, I wasn't gonna go there, but since you said it, y'all want to talk some Bad Batch, huh? Let's talk about Bad Batch. Let's talk about the Bad Batch.
That 2-part season finale, huh?
2-part finale
in the next couple days, huh? Yeah, I don't know about that Bad Batch.
Let me just say this, man.
Let them know.
Bad Batch is an animated show designed for children. We know this. What child is sitting through that boring ass show? Like, there's points in Bad Batch where you like, this is dope. Then there's parts in Bad Batch where you just like, man, what happened? Kind of like the space background. You like, man, what happened?
Man, what happened?
It's like, exactly. You're like, man, what happened? But that's the thing, man. I don't understand like why it seems like this show is so, and I don't know if it's because it's 22-minute episodes and it's one a week, but I even tried doubling up. I tried like not watching and catching up and doing like 2 or 3 episodes at once. I still can't do it. I still can't. It's just not entertaining. I try to give the show the benefit of the doubt. I love Omega. I love what they're doing with the Bad Batch. But at this point, you cannot give me this many filler episodes. Like, I am not. Clone Wars was cool for that. Rebels was cool for that. But maybe I've gotten to the point where it's like my attention span just ain't long enough for me to want to sit through a whole season of this.
Did you outgrow the children's shows? You outgrew them, huh?
At least from this respect. I mean, come on, man. Like, it's just not. And it's not even that it's kiddie. Like, it's not even the fact that, you know, nobody's actually getting killed or anything like that. Or that, you know, they're not leaning into the darker aspects of Star Wars. It's none of that. It's that, like, some of these episodes, it's so blatantly filler that it's like, why are we even wasting time? Like, or it's just ways to throw in, like the whole Fennec Shan thing. You put her in the show and then it's like, okay, that's all that meant. So now we just know that she knew the Bad Batch back in the day. Like, there's nothing to that. Huh?
Oh yeah, I guess.
I mean, it really does look like what Bad Batch is designed to do is try to solidify some of the ambiguity surrounding Palpatine cloning himself. Like, that's really what it seems like this is designed to do, is like really give you, because unless you're going to tell me that Omega is somewhere in the known galaxy hiding out all this time and we just never saw her, where are we going with this? That's the problem that I'm having with Star Wars right now. It's just like, where are we going with this story right now? Because we know how this turns out. We know, like, pretty much the next 25, 30 years of Star Wars lore, maybe even more than that, as a matter of fact, because at this point, Luke is still a baby. So we got to wait till he's at least 18, 19. And then you fast forward to the sequels where he was probably in his, 60s, 70s? So shit, we talking about like damn near almost 80 years of Star Wars lore, and y'all ain't, like, we know already. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. It's just,
I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm on like episode 7. I still gotta catch up, but I did this on purpose because I knew the 22-minute format wasn't doing it for me. And before I go any further, hey Darren, how you doing, Darren?
Hey, Darren, what's good? What's good?
But,
yeah, man.
I ain't really feeling the 22-minute format either. And as a swarmy, it ain't really kept me to be like, okay, I gotta come back each week and see how it is. I do like the Omega aspect. I do like the fact that they're kind of giving like a Jango Fett kind of canon to that character. And I'm hoping, if we don't get her live action in one of these shows in the next year, I would hope that they would at least age her up in one of the like newer show, like Mandalorian type shows. Like, this is like more recent, you could say, in their timeline. I would like to see her like aged up and utilized in some kind of dope ass way, in that way in the future, because it seems like they're giving her mad skills. If you think about it, she's riding around with the Bad Batch. She's gonna be having some technical skills. She's gonna have combat skills. She's gonna have a whole team behind her on her back, and pretty much making her think tactically. So by the time she's actually going to be a full-blown adult, and now she's a clone. Now again, this is the Swarmy in me.
Yeah, she's a clone.
So
she's both. Technically, she's Boba Fett's sister.
Right, but they grow, right? They age.
Yeah, because but once we get to Mando, you see Boba's old as shit.
Right. So I'm saying, but Boba is right, because Boba's a
clone. He's the first. Yeah,
right.
He's the first one.
Cool. So I would like to see her grow and become a dope ass character and something maybe like a Mandalorian if they brought her back like season 3 or something like that. And the reason why we're learning more about Omega in this kind of aspect is because she got that connection. I could go for something like that. But I mean, if you're just making a kid show and you have the kid pretty much the helm of the show because it's a kid show and that's where we're going with this show, I'm not into that.
Yeah, but even beyond that though, this is one of the arguments I used to roll my eyes at. And this is the first time in Star Wars history that I'm actually gonna say this. Where the hell she been all this time then?
That's
all this stuff that been going down. Where the hell has Omega been this whole time? Like, at least we knew Boba was like in the OG trilogy. Like, he was there. Like, where has she been this whole time? Unless the only thing that I think could make this whole thing go full circle is if you tell me that Omega is in the same fucking place that Ezra Bridger and Thrawn were that whole time. Like if they ended up going to some other galaxy where there's some huge threat that could be coming to affect the known galaxy, or if they're setting up this situation with Thrawn or something like that, where like heir to the Empire or something like that, okay, cool. But like unless that's the case, like where the hell has she been this whole time? I mean, now she could die definitely before we get to the point where we get to the events we know of. But then my question then is, then what the hell was the point of even having her as a character if she died and there wasn't any significance? Now, that's not to say that they can't change that or that like there won't be any significance. But my thing is, I just don't understand where this is going. I don't understand. I thought it was dope when the idea was that Crosshair might be like when it seemed like Crosshair might be training some of the stormtroopers, because at that point then maybe you could say that like he was something with the dark troopers or something like that, like where like an elite division. What was it, the division of stormtroopers? Somebody help me out. That Iden Versio was it Inferno Squad. So Inferno Squad was like this, like SEAL Team 6 version of stormtroopers. And so it would have been dope if Crosshair was kind of like the progenitor to that. Like he was the one that kind of built that out. But we're not even going in that direction. It doesn't seem like. And then it's like, okay, so then what happens to the rest of Clone Force 99 then? Like once this is all said and done, are they going to all go down in a blaze of glory? Like how's this going to play out? And I wouldn't even be mad if they did. Like, it's not that I'm saying I want to see them in the future stuff to where they connect with the canon, but it's just, it's taking so long. And I don't even remember Clone Wars being this drawn out. Like there are full-blown episodes of Bad Batch that I feel like I didn't have to see.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that way too, but I feel like those types of episodes are the episodes where they give Omega like a new skill. For what I've noticed, it's like first you saw from the episode where she gets that bow and she don't know how to use it at all, and then that whole episode to me didn't really serve no real purpose toward like progressing Star Wars. It was just practically by the end of it she finally learned how to shoot the bow. You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like a lot of those filler episodes are just trying to push them toward the end and serve some other kind of purpose. But I think it'd be kind of cool, especially with us trying to talk about her coming in some of these newer properties that they're making, it would be dope if Bad Batch turned into, okay, this is the Omega story explaining where the hell she's been and blah 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 blah. But it's the precursor. So you watch this. Now we're familiar with Omega. We get her origin, blah 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 blah, through all that, and then she shows up in like a Mando season 3. And now because we're already familiar with her, they progress her older arc that way. And then any kind of little tidbit questions that we may have, they can go right back into Bad Batch and fill all that out. And this would kind of create a continuity for them to where, like, okay, so for all these years, you guys needed something like Mandalorian to kind of emboss and bring back some sauce and juice into Star Wars. I feel like maybe if they did something like that, you wouldn't have to wait so many years or for certain kind of properties to come out to fix things. They would be able to kind of give you that information in other ongoing properties already. You know what I'm saying? So it would be kind of cool if they did something like that. I still got to catch up to some of these other episodes. I'm hearing it finally getting down to the finale. It's supposed to be like part 1 of the finale. So I'll actually sit and watch these last few episodes that I need to watch and catch up, because that's at least what, like seven episodes, or about 7 episodes that I can watch. And perhaps by the time we get to the finale, I can give a little bit more of a actual solid take on it. But honestly, hearing what you're saying, seeing some of what's going on here in the chat, and for what I have seen, I really don't feel like this is going to be the type of show, at least not for you, homie, who's a sweaty, that you're going to be like, okay, I'm completely satisfied with this. And now let's see what's going on. I think you're still going to walk away being like,
and I want to get to add my homie Ash Hammer, because I see him in the chat. He is doing everything he can to get my attention. I hear you, bro. I totally hear you. First off, I totally disagree, because I don't think people are down on that first season of Rebels. I didn't think the first season of Rebels was that bad. It was nowhere near compared to the second, third, and fourth season. But that first season wasn't as bad as people made it out to be, in my personal opinion. Clone Wars, totally different story. Clone Wars was boring as shit in the first season. Other point you made about people hating Ahsoka at the start. Yes, because Ahsoka was annoying as shit. But that's not the issue with Omega. I love Omega as a character. I think she is dope as all hell. Like, I think she's adorable. I think she's cute. I think that, like, it's cool how you get to kind of see her develop her own little sense of morals and what she sees as right and wrong throughout the show, and how that kind of influences the way that the Bad Batch, goes about their business. I think all of that is dope. But my thing is, okay, so where's all of this going? And not just where is it going, but why is it now that we're talking about this? Like, I guess basically what I'm getting at is, what's starting to slightly annoy me with Star Wars is we keep retreading the same time period and adding additional context to that time period. We know what happened post Order 66. We know where that leads. We know the next 40 to 50 years of Star Wars lore. Like, giving context is cool, but you haven't given us anything to because all of this still basically ends with Rey saying she is all the Jedi and killing Palpatine. Like, you haven't given me any reason to really latch on to any of these characters that all exist inside this vacuum of time where we know what's going to end or how it's going to end. Now, there are parts of that, like I said, if you get to a point where you see, or we find out that there was something going on in the unknown regions, like I said, or if you get to a point where there's some entity or some force out there that threatens the very fabric of the Force or something like that, and that, characters like Ezra Bridger, like Omega, Grogu, Ahsoka to a certain degree, Sabine, if you get to a point where you see that, like, all of these characters that we kind of are like, well, we know they were around at this time, but we don't really know what they were doing. If all of them were kind of concentrated on something that we don't have any clue about, and we find out about that later on, then I will come back and I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong. This shit dope as fuck. Star Wars is fire. In Filoni we trust. But until then, like, I'm judging it based off of face value. Somebody was like, how can you judge it off of something that where we don't know where it's going? Simple, because I'm judging it based off of what I've gotten so far. And so what I've gotten so far just ain't it. Like, it's not that it's Omega's boring. The animation is off the chain. I think the stories that where they do hit are incredible. Like, there was the arc where you saw her, where Omega got to see the clones, and you really saw, and she got to kind of see, you know, firsthand what her role in this whole shit was, to a degree. I think even the idea of what's going on with the Kaminoans and how that element played out is dope, because because that was the question that I had when it came to the prequels, was like, okay, cool. Well, then what the hell happened with all of these clones? Like, I get that y'all decided to go to Stormtroopers, but why? So now we have a little bit of context. That part is cool. But when you're telling me a story of Clone Force 99 and Omega, and I know in the back of my mind that I haven't heard of none of these motherfuckers in the OG trilogy or in the sequel trilogy or in Rebels or any of the other ancillary content that exists in that same time period, it starts to feel like you just cramming stuff into that space because you don't have any ideas on what to do going forward. So for me, that's why I'm saying it's just not hitting for me. Now, again, we still have the finale, and there may be multiple seasons of Bad Batch. Okay, cool. I'm definitely interested in seeing how this progresses, but I just don't see it as the show that I was hoping it would be, and that's even taking into consideration the fact that it's marketed for kids. It's not as entertaining to me. I would at this point put Bad Batch behind Clone Wars and Rebels.
Well, damn. I would have to probably agree with that too, because I don't hear like the buzz is the same as an overall type thing. Like, I know a lot of you guys here, you guys like it, but I feel like the buzz for that kind of died down about like episode, like where I'm at, honestly, like episode 7 or so. I feel like it kind of died down, even for what I'm even seeing on like Twitter and even certain reviews and stuff like that. It's just kind of, you know, it's a show now. It's not like how you said, you started off, got a lot of expectations for it, but I think a lot of people, especially from the first episode, I thought it would most likely dive more into the Order 66 thing. Like, what did the Jedi do? Maybe the Bad Batch met up with the Jedi, and, you know, that kind of explains that story and how they, you know, came together in whatever kind of aspect. But, I mean, this kind of turn was cool, but I feel like, yeah, you would need several seasons. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bad Batch was able to get at least 5 to 6 good seasons in before it got completely stale, because there are some aspects that need to be fleshed out, and they can do that in this show. But I don't feel like it's gonna start picking up to where a person like you would be completely satisfied with the show until at least season 3. Like, maybe toward mid season 2, season 3, they'll start getting into some stuff, and it'll ring with you. That is most likely ringing with younger characters or younger viewers now. Because of where they are in the whole thing. So, I mean,
yeah, and a couple of things. I see, Mr. Anderson, I agree with you 100%. If you'd have dropped this whole season at once, I'd probably have a whole different perspective. I want to get on Adam's comment real quick, where he asked if I felt the same way about Ahsoka. Initially, yes, absolutely, because I was like, well, nobody know where was she this whole damn time that we were watching the prequels? Didn't nobody know that Anakin had a Padawan? And this is like, to me, I felt like her arc was pointless up until we got to season 2 of Rebels, because at that point, that's when it came full circle and you realized her purpose. Like, in my opinion, Ahsoka's confrontation with Vader was every bit necessary in order for us to get where we got at. When you take a look at the whole story, when you look at Return of the Jedi and what happened there, like, there are a couple of key pivotal things that happened that Ahsoka was a part of. Now, I get that they did that retroactively, and they could be doing the same thing with Omega. Absolutely. But they haven't got there yet. I was asking these same questions before I got to Malachor and watched Ahsoka and Vader go at it. I was asking these same questions because I was trying to understand what the point of bringing her in. So, no, it didn't teach me that, because, again, this is not. It's getting repetitive now. So even if that is the case, my beef is not with just the fact that like that's what's going on. It's that it's getting redundant now. Like Star Wars is falling into this pattern of rinse repeat, and it's like it's not pushing the envelope enough. Like that's where I'm at with Star Wars. I want Star Wars to, if we are done with the Skywalker saga, can we please get some, we don't even have to move on from the Skywalker saga, but can you give me something other than that to look forward to so that I know that there's something coming on the horizon? At least we would have that. But we ain't even got that, man. So that's why I'm like, nah, Bad Batch ain't doing it for me. What I find to be so interesting though is the fact that there are so many people vehemently defending Bad Batch, but I've yet to see anybody give me a real reason why I should like it.
This is true.
I'll wait.
This is true. He said, "Don't worry, we'll wait." So he will totally wait. I don't know. Like I don't really, like I said, I'm not too into it. I'm gonna go back and I'm still gonna catch up to see if maybe it does some things for me. But that just makes me feel like these next 5 episodes, because I felt like that when I stopped watching it already, or at least waited, because I just felt like we were getting smacked with filler after filler after filler. I didn't feel like they were really progressing anywhere. Even with the little contracts that they were doing, like they was trying to make money to be able to get off the planet, get on their own, but now it feels like they're back to just being mercenaries all over again. And then even in trying to do that, they're not even able to do that correctly, because now they got they got the bounties on their head, so they're like on the run. So it's like I feel like they took these characters and set them down and have them stuck in this setting, but I'm not really understanding the complete purpose of it yet. So we'll see. We shall see when I get back into it, because these finales had better be dope for them to have to break it up into.
Well, I don't even mind that. I don't even mind the broken up finales. But what Bad Batch could turn out to be just as impactful as Rebels. And I will say that I was wrong, but I will still stand by the fact that at some point you can only put so much context into this period of time that is the Skywalker saga, unless you are feeding it into something else. That is the thing that I'm waiting for is, okay, we know this. We already know where it's going, but how, like, when are you going to give me some new shit? I'm getting impatient as a Star Wars fan, and I will admit that a lot of that has to do with the fact that you've got a competition out there right now that is giving me exactly that. Like there is no, like, think about it. Literally, and this is to Star Wars credit to a degree. So this is gonna sound like I'm bashing Star Wars, but Star Wars has literally made an empire, pun intended, off of essentially the same 40-year span of time. When you think about it, because you start with the OG trilogy, that was Luke, for 5-6 years. But then when you loop the prequel trilogy into it, then you talk about Anakin as a kid, grows up into an adult, becomes Vader. We already know what happens with the OG trilogy. And everything, we won't even talk about the sequel trilogy. We'll leave that alone because I don't want to trigger nobody. Let's just talk about the prequels and the OG trilogy. Every other piece of content that we've gotten Star Wars related is all based in that time span. None of it goes beyond that. The only thing that they did that went beyond that time span was the sequel trilogy, and we saw how that worked out. So that concerns me a little bit. I am super hyped for Star Wars Visions. I didn't realize until earlier this week that show is going to be canon, but at least that will give us some different flavors of Star Wars, some stuff that we haven't necessarily thought about, or stuff that we've maybe fanboy dreamed about. You'll get that, and hopefully some of that may turn into kind of what we were talking about with What If. Maybe that'll be a way for them to, if there's a really good response to one of the stories, they flesh that out, or they find a way to incorporate something similar to that into the canon. we'll see. But I'm definitely hyped for Visions. I'm just waiting for Star Wars to really move beyond the Skywalker saga, just because of the fact that I feel like Disney decided to put a bow on the Skywalker saga. If they hadn't done that, then I probably wouldn't have this same opinion. But when you say that the rise of Skywalker was the end of the Skywalker saga, there's no more story to tell. So at that point, I don't need any more context. I don't need to know any more filler. I'm good. I know the story. Let's move on. Unless you were telling me that some of these characters that you were setting up are going to help bridge that gap to what's coming next. That would be dope. But I mean, again, yeah, like Brad said, High Republic ain't even hidden. And High Republic is like taking place before this, like prior to the Skywalker saga. But it's just like, again, you're running into the same thing. And this is what I don't understand. And maybe it's a Disney thing. But I just went back the last couple of weeks and reread the Mayne trilogy. Why the hell can't we get Darth Xana? The Acolyte needs to be Darth Xana. I need that. Show me that. Let me know what happened with Darth Xana and her apprentice and how that played out. Because if you have checked out the Mayne trilogy, man, the way they left that, because you still had the question of whether or not, spoiler alert for people, Mayne actually possessed that chick, or if she was able to fight it off. Like, that's still a question. You don't know what happened with Darth Xana and her apprentice, Darth Cognis, and how that played out, and how that leads into Plagueis and all of them at that, like later on down the Sith lineage. That's what I would love for them to feel out that part, because that could lead us into a whole nother tangent of stories that don't necessarily lead right back to the Skywalker saga. That's what I want to see. Like, I want to see us dive into the dark side a little bit. I want to see them explore the Force. And I almost feel like, and this is kind of a tangent opinion, but I almost feel like Rian Johnson kind of fucked that up, because what he tried to do with the Last Jedi was he tried to take the lid off of the Force and really give the Force like this larger meaning. But he did it in such an ass way that like nobody wants to see. It's like everybody kind of is afraid of seeing the Force evolve, because it's like, oh God, we saw what Rian Johnson did with that. No, man, like let's see somebody really give us some shit that makes us really question what we know about the Force. Like, let's take the Force beyond Jedi and Sith. And let me see some people, some Force wielders that are not Jedi or Sith, and see how they, and let me see how they get down. Let me see them come in and really threaten, both, just the known galaxy in some kind of way, whether that be with Heir to the Empire, whether that's a Yusong Vong or whoever you want to call it, whether it's somebody we don't even know about. Like, let's go there. Let's start playing around with some of these other ideas that can still be, totally woven out of Star Wars fabric, but aren't necessarily retreads where I'm sitting here waiting from week to week for another little breadcrumb, another little breadcrumb, another little breadcrumb. Like, that's going to get old. Even with Mando, like Mando was dope and season 1 and 2 were dope, but like it was basically the same formula for the most part. It was like Mando and the stories of him and Grogu. Now the third season, whenever we get to it, it lends itself to being a little bit different because Grogu's going to be out of the picture. And that's another thing that I think would be interesting, because that, what happens with the Mandalorian Creed could set up again a storyline, a larger storyline that goes completely away from the Skywalker saga. So that's what makes Mando interesting for me. But it's, again, it's being patient. I'll agree. I got to cool my jets. But it's just when you see all of this dope ass nerdy content being dropped by the MCU and everybody else, what's coming for Star Wars, but it's just like, you want more. It's good.
Yeah. I want something different.
But it could
like
be
you
better.
said. Yeah. It could totally be better. And a lot of these characters that you bringing up, like I said, swarmy. I have no idea about none of them stuff. So I was like, why are they not Why are they not putting that type of stuff out there?
I'm telling
Live
you.
action, animated, or something. Like, I gotta go pick up a book and read it. You know, it's great. I like to read, but I also like to see a lot of that stuff show up on screen.
No doubt.
See a lot of that stuff show up live.
Like
action,
to the
or at
homie
least it's
Fur
some kind of
Lopez.
dope cartoon.
Like the homie Fur Lopez said, like the Bendu was mad interesting. And that whole idea of Mortis, like if they were I wish they were setting up Mortis to be Anakin, Ahsoka, and somebody else to basically replace the Mortis gods. Like I really was hoping that was the case. I was really hoping that was the case, because that would have been fucking perfect, because that would have made that whole Mortis arc from Clone Wars come full circle, and it would have explained a whole hell of a lot. And that still might very well be the case. But again, like that's the stuff that I want to see. I want to see Star Wars really kind of like expand and start questioning itself, and what like really giving us different aspects of what it means to be imbued with the Force, and just how grand or how much control can a person have over it. Because I feel like it's one thing to be strong in the light side, it's one thing to be strong in the dark side, but if there's somebody who's able to transcend that kind of in that way of like the Bendu, and utilize both aspects of that to their ability and to their maximum potential, that, you know, if you want to go way down into the Star Wars lore, that's got like an out of this world midichlorian count, like give me that shit. And maybe that's Grogu, who knows? Like I'm still holding out hope for evil Grogu, but that's what I want to see, man. Like I want to,
a lot of people,
bro. Look, I will go get Grogu tatted on my ass. Don't mark me on, don't quote me on that, because I won't do it for real. But bruh, like
I was about to say,
if Grogu turned evil, dog, like I might have to consider getting another animal just to name him Grogu. I'll go that far. I might get another pet and name him Grogu. I ain't getting no more kids, and I ain't putting no
turn dark on you.
Oh man, look, see, you know I can handle that. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say how, but you know they got ways to fix that.
This is true.
They got ways to fix that shit. But yes, give me Dark Grogu all damn day. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, it's, for me, the big thing is it's dope. We're still getting Star Wars content, which is great. I don't want to bash Bad Batch, because I really do love the characters. Clone Force 99, I just hate that it seems like they're headed to an inevitable demise, because it kind of feels that way. Because you really do get attached to these characters. Like you really do. And you really see like Filoni's ability to make you connect with characters. Like he did this shit with Ahsoka. He did it with the Ghost Crew. Like we've seen this. And it's happening again with Clone Force 99. I ain't renaming my kids. Nah, second player. We don't do that here. I wouldn't be able to do it if I wanted to. But yeah, man. Yeah, he already did eat babies. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. But that's where I'm at with it, man. Like that's my Star Wars soapbox rant.
Oh man. Yeah, man. There's gonna be a lot more of them rants coming soon.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure. So I guess what? We gotta wait 24 hours.
Yeah, man. Like that's crazy. Look, we get in here, we ready to stream for y'all on the Mayne Authority, and YouTube hit us with in 24 hours you can stream, but not tonight, motherfucker.
Right. I know what you thought was going to happen tonight. Not tonight. It's all good. We got backups, man.
Oh yeah, we got backups on backups. You know we wasn't finna. We was gonna find a way to pirate this signal.
Oh yeah.
We was gonna make that twerk.
Most definitely. We're upgrading the Millennium. We're upgrading the Main Enterprise.
Oh yes.
Make sure you get on that Discord. Get you some of them items, man. We got new items all over the place. At me if you got any problems, man. I got you.
Indeed.
I got
the
you.
Homies got you. And we got you for this dope ass content, man. We gonna keep this shit coming once we get what we waiting on right now. Before we do the official launch of the Mayne Authority, we were going to do a little stream tonight just to kind of like tide over the appetites and get everybody, right. But what we are waiting on is our assets. We've got some things working. We've got some things being created. And once we get them assets, man, that launch, you ain't gonna want to miss that. You ain't gonna want to miss that because we're gonna be turned all the way up. And we're gonna be bringing this shit to you, the people.
Most definitely. Can't wait. And most likely what I will do is I will save this video, and I think we could upload videos. I just think we can go live.
Yeah.
So I will save this video and I will upload it on the main game. And if you guys want to help us get some of them watches down and shop it a little bit, like it, share it, all that great stuff, and just know we already did it once this week. We might just do it again.
Yeah, no.
You never know.
Yeah, no.
You never know. Well, you know, but we never know.
No, we really don't. Like, especially these days, man. Woo.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of not knowing these days, I'm gonna call on all, 30 some of y'all up in here. I need that positive energy because your boys got interview number two tomorrow morning. I am still in Operation Amistad. I am still trying to get free. So as soon as I can, and please believe, if I do get free, at least for a couple of weeks, I will be free to be all up in the Discord, dancing, singing. I'm gonna be all over the place, man. Because this is really the one thing that's
right now.
This is the one thing that's really just got me like busy as fuck. Like work right now is insane. And if I can like switch lanes and get into this other industry, man, I can kind of hit cruise control a little bit, still be grinding, but be able to give my grind a hard stop so that we can get into this nerdy shit each and every day for at least a little bit.
Hell yeah.
For at least a little bit. I appreciate all the love, man. Man, I'm really hoping I'm gonna turn up the charm in the morning. I might even get up and have me a bowl of Wheaties.
Hey,
Wheaties.
Eat them, man. Right, eat them, smoke them.
Yeah, you know, however you want to do it, however you partake.
Right, however it is that you do it. Do it, man.
Yeah, of course.
All the love, all the positive energy to the Mayne here. I just need employees, okay? So like,
there y'all go. Anybody looking for a job, move down to some part of the states and see a man named Lavis about a job.
Most def.
That's all.
Get you hired, man.
That's all the tips I'm giving you. This quest, you're going to have to go find the rest of the tools and clues necessary. You know, I tell you. Speaking of quests and fetching, I've been playing a little bit more Fallout the last couple nights. I have this crazy thing where like on nights where I can't sleep, I turn on Fallout and just play. And like I did another playthrough, a modded playthrough, of course, this time. But I just finished that mug. And in this playthrough, for those of you who know Fallout, I've got the Railroad, the Brotherhood of Steel, and the Minutemen are all still factions and all living in harmony. I faked the Institute's destruction, so the Institute is still there, but nobody knows it. And Father is still alive at Vault 111, waiting for me to come rescue him because I also saved him.
Timeouts.
I knew you would like that. How do
you fake the Institute's destruction?
It's the beauty of mods, man. There's a mod on PC where you can blow instead of blowing up the Institute, you can either not blow it up and so let everything just be what it is. You can fake it, so instead of them blowing up the Institute, they blow up the CIT and make it look like the Institute blew up, but you still have access. And when you go in there, everybody still treats you like you're the director and all of that. Yeah. So you still have access to go in there or whatnot. Or you can just blow it up like normal. But this one, I wanted to see how far I could get without anybody dying, like without any of those main characters. So I got, what's his name? Paladin Dance is now the elder of the Brotherhood of Steel. He defeated Maxon in combat and assumed his role.
See, you gonna make me have to get it on PC.
I'm trying to tell you,
dude, they ain't got no storylines out like top.
No, it's like, dude, look, PC Fallout over everything, bro. Like that was worth me putting another $60 on Fallout just to get the PC version, because them mods on PC is the truth.
You know, speaking of PC mods, if anybody in here can help your boy out with some of the Grand Theft Auto PC mods, I want to be able to fly around and play as Superman, and I want to be able to have Thanos rings and be Spider-Man and
you got
Iron
it
Man
on
and
PC, bro?
people. I do.
Oh, well then I got you. You should just holler at me. I know. I got the mod plug, son.
Help your boy, because like some of those was stupid difficult. I had to download like 3 different things in order to make a folder here to add them all in there.
Yeah,
and I only got one of them to work.
Now, don't get it twisted. Doing mods is a pain in the ass unless you have a mod manager. Like I paid like $4 or $5, I think, for a mod manager, and like
I don't have a mod manager, but that
it
probably
saved
would
my
help.
life.
It was a pain, man. I tried to get the Batmobile, and like only half the Batmobile showed up. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's mods are tricky, man, but it especially in with like games like GTA and Fallout where so many moving parts. It's like you think it's working fine, and then you'll go to one place and like crash. It's like damn.
Right.
But man,
you see Ash talk about they got Omni-Man and Invincible. I want to be Omni-Man and Invincible on GTA. It just fly around.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, dude, they got everything on GTA, man. Like I be seeing these mods on GTA, bro, and I'm like, you know what? I don't do mods on GTA just because I play GTA more on console than I do PC, and that ain't gonna do nothing but piss me off if I'm playing and then I realize I can't do none of that shit on PlayStation. Because that's where everybody gonna be playing.
Yeah,
so
it's sad.
It's like, man, I don't want to play this.
I mean, sometimes, I come home from work, feel like murking some people. It would be nice to be able to do that as like, if I could be Batman and like hit him with a grappling hook, throw him into a car, make it blow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, be Thanos and bring the moon down.
Straight up. Send me that link and we will do a watch party on that, bro. If somebody has a link where they recorded them doing the Invincible fight on GTA, let me know, and we will stream and review, do a live reaction to that shit.
Yeah, I want to see that. I totally want to see that.
That would be dope.
Yeah, that sounds like it'd be hot. Fan Jackson said GTA 6 might be out by 2023.
Yeah.
Good.
And they'll still be releasing content on GTA Online.
Ain't they though? It's still gonna come out with GTA 5, some kind of mod for GTA 6.
But just think about it. Think about how much time motherfuckers gonna be spending on GTA 6 online.
Oh my goodness!
Like it's gonna be your whole life.
Have you heard about how they're like what they're planning on doing with that? What they're able to do with it being on PS5? I've heard some small things, but the only
thing that I heard is that they're supposed to have 3 protagonists again, and one of them's supposed to be a female, and that this one you may be able to potentially ride like all around the damn country. Like you'll be able to go to different states.
Right, but not just the size of the map and places you can go. It's how long it actually takes you to get there is, like they said, is like real time.
Oh, see, I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for that.
Of course, I'm sure that they'll have it where you can get waypoints and train, like you hop on a plane or something, and that cuts down the load time, all that type of stuff. I'm sure they'll do that, but just the simple fact that like even now, like some people, I've played with some people who will just hop on GTA, hit the road, and just drive because they like to be able to drive. Mm-hmm. And like this is going to be literally the game you can drive, fly, whatever the case, for hours. There's no hitting the wall. There is no all of a sudden you blow up, got to turn around. No, none of that.
Man, look, if they do that shit, bro, like society will die.
I feel like they're. I mean,
this is just gonna speed it along.
Yeah,
it's just gonna speed it along because like you just gonna like literally just be in GTA all damn day. Like why the hell I gotta go outside? I can do everything I want to right here.
Trying to tell you, man, they trying to get us ready. They trying to get us ready for something. I ain't trying to turn this into a conspiracy.
Yeah, man. It's like, nobody in there, no Forza. Nobody. It's over PlayStation over here.
I heard Forza got awesome CGI water though. Like,
yeah, it does.
Go around the highway and
I think so. Like if when you got the shoreline right there as you driving by,
you can see the horizon and the. See now you done.
Hey, look, Ash Hammer. That's what I want, Ash. I want them to do GTA, but I need GTA like I don't care if it's online or if it's I need GTA to be like in your own community. Like I want to be able, like, for them to, they got you, like you said, they got Google Maps. Just give me a top down of my neighborhood and have me walk out my door and just start, brah, brah, brah. Boy, look.
With your actual neighbors.
I didn't say all that. I don't know my neighbors enough to want to shoot any of them yet. Surprisingly, my neighbors is cool as fuck though. Like so far, I've met, I think, just about every one of my neighbors in my immediate vicinity, and they are all chill. So I'm glad about that because
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you in a whole new neighborhood now.
Whole new, yeah. I'm that dude that like when I'm in the neighborhood driving, I wave at every car that pass by.
With a smile on his face.
Yeah, exactly. I'm that dude now, man. I go to the mailbox smiling.
Hear him bumping, let me tell you about my best friend.
Oh no, ain't none of that. No, it's still UGK now. Don't get it. They look at me and they get like I drive through the neighborhood blasting. They just look at me like this.
Right, they look at you halfway. They probably halfway.
Just went down 10%.
Damn it! I have to reinvest in more stocks.
Hey, bro, like I am not. I'm like, let's go.
Yeah, they probably think you're some kind of a kingpin of some kind.
Oh, bro, no. So the funny story. So I met the neighbor next door, and the timing on this was hilarious. So I met my next door neighbor for the first time. Like I spoke to his wife, I think right around the time we moved in, but I really hadn't seen the husband. So he's outside. I'm taking my trash out one night. He's outside watering his grass. So we speak, chopping it up or whatever. And I'm like, my name's Al, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, Orlando over here told me you do YouTube.
Orlando?
Yeah, that was last Friday.
Right.
I was like, yeah, well, about that. I do, but because then he's like, you have a channel? I'm like, yeah, I had one or something like that. But the funny thing about it was when he said it and I was explaining this to him, I was still trying to figure out how to exactly word this shit. But I think totally from his perspective, he was like, that motherfucker deal drugs.
Right.
YouTube my ass, motherfucker. Like, I swear. He gave me that look like, yeah, you a street pharmacist, ain't you? I'm like, no, man, I got a real job. I don't do that.
Meanwhile, you bumping UGK.
Hey, bro, look, let me tell you. I am Whitney by the key. Boy, let me tell you. Bro, I swear I'm that dude, though. I am that dude. Like, I love leaning into the stereotype just for the shits and giggles of it. I will ride down the street. I will play them. I do shit like circle my block and then go drive in my driveway. Like, this one trying to shake the feds? What is he doing?
Right.
Just to make my neighbors nervous.
You don't want to do that. They're going to start neighborhood watch and they're only going to watch you.
Right. Like, why am I the only one not getting invited to the homeowners association meeting? Talking about me. Oh, shit.
It's about you.
Ah, damn.
It's going to be the hood watch. You ain't careful.
They're going to put a new ordinance out. No green plants can be planted without authorization.
You can't have no more than 20 grams of any plant.
Right, of any plant whatsoever.
Oh, your grandma over on your roses over there. You
trim them bushes, buddy.
You trimmed them down.
Man.
I thought Kavai would like that.
I'm trying to tell you, dog. Like, straight up, man. It'd be funny, though, man. It's weird, man. Being a homeowner, it's like, you feel like you do, like you've done something, but at the same time, you're like, I'm just giving my money to somebody else. Like, you're right. Every time I look at I'm like, ooh, I got paid. And there went 2/3 of my check.
Exactly. Gone.
Yeah, man. But don't get it twisted, man. Look, have something in life. Don't just flush that money, man. Stack, save, get you some assets, something that appreciates with value, something. Guns and butter, baby.
Guns and butter. Man.
Dumb motherfucker.
This was fun.
Dog, oh my God. I had a blast. And I didn't even finish out my chicken. Look, I got so good. It got so good. I stopped eating chicken. Man, I'm going to have to heat my chicken back up.
Because you was too busy throwing the sauce on the people.
Hey, Vito, what you talking about? What you think that is right there, Vito? What you think that is? The prototype.
Exactly.
That's that prototype.
Prototype sauce.
It's coming.
You gotta figure out Got to figure out how to put the slogan on the little packets. The problem.
Hey, I think Kavai just gave me a mixtape album name. Scales and Flowers.
Scales and Flowers.
Volume 1.
I had to do that.
Man, 7-Eleven spicy chicken. That's what's up, man. Oh, bro, Ash, I ain't mean to hurt you, bro. Hey, look, Ash. If I'm gonna be straight up, bro. If me endorsing Bad Batch can get you to do that Cara Perico heist with me about 18 times, hey, like I'll be a Bad Batch supporter right now because a brother needs some of them funds.
Right, I'm about to say I'll finish watching if I can
get some of them heists. Be like, let me just pencil you in for about a 3-hour block this weekend, bro. We just gonna do that shit back to back.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to build up my empire a little bit, and I ain't got enough.
Y'all go watch Bad Batch right now. Go watch it right now. You know what the hell y'all watching me for? Go watch Bad Batch because Ash said so.
Right. He done threw his hammer.
I do love me some Bad Batches, though. I love me some Bad Batches.
Hey, you need to be careful with the Bad Batches.
Yeah, man. You know, I have to love them Bad Batches from afar these days, but I can still appreciate a Bad Batch every now and then.
Yeah, well, you know, you can look, can't touch.
Hey, man, I ain't eating no purple nugget. I hope you ain't talking about no edible nugget.
It's a SpongeBob.
Purple nuggies.
Purple nuggies, orange
nuggies.
I'm
good. I'm good on that. Yeah,
Ash.
What's
up, my nuggies?
Just let me know when you need to borrow that gold plane so you can take your Bad Batches for a ride, Ash. I got you. As long as you gas it up.
He said, I don't fuck with Bad Batches.
Hey, man.
I don't know. I need some of them funds, man, because I keep picking up them Bad Batches, and then I hit them with a bat and get my money back when I'm done with them. So,
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? GTA. You know, for anybody who comes in at the moment when I just said that, I'm like, what? He's beating up Bad Batches?
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
What is this?
Murder.
No.
It's evil. Nah, we don't do that. We don't do that around here.
No. But yeah, man, this was good. This was lovely.
Yes, it was, man. We got to come back do this soon on the Mayne gang YouTube.
The Mayne authority that is.
Yes, the Mayne authority. I can't wait till we get our assets back, man. That's gonna be.
Oh man, yeah. I told you I'm about to get. I need a sample or something. I need to show me something. I know you didn't. I know my head is big, but you got to be able to figure out the mathematics at least a little bit.
Something. I don't know. She might have to crop it down a little bit too much.
Hey, man, I don't know. You don't crop my head. You better make it fit.
They probably got to crop mine. You know, this motherfucking hair. Shit. That's what she's trying to figure out now. She's like, how we gonna make this motherfucker in there?
But yeah, man, much love and appreciation to y'all, man. Like,
yes.
Sorry it took us so long to get it going, but I promise you we'll be back. Maybe not the same bat channel, but the same bat time. We gonna be on it.
Flipping.
And then some.
Love.
And yes, in case anybody's wondering, the turn up will be going down this weekend. So have your ass around the Mayne gang Discord for more details. But it is the first Saturday of the month.
Already.
So let go.
Man. Karaoke, huh? Is that what we doing?
You know. Little something like it. Little something like karaoke.
I don't know. One of these karaoke's, I'll come in there and I'll sing.
Yep, there you go. Put some bars together.
Something. One of these. I know Al, my man Al's, and he
man,
used to try to get me to come in and do something.
Look, I'm gonna get you one of these days, man.
One day.
I'm gonna get you.
One day. It'll happen. Hit y'all with the sauce.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, it sounds like it's that part of the stream where we
definitely seems like it's about that time.
Well, we gotta say, you ain't got to go home,
but you got to get
the hell
up out of here. And we would say we would catch you in the next episode, but
we'll catch you in the first episode.
We'll catch you in the first episode.
Hey, yay.
There it is.
I wish we could stream every day.
You know, we gonna work on it. We'll figure something out. One of these days.
We'll figure that out one day.
One of these days we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there most definitely.
That's how we know we made it. We ain't gotta do shit else but hang out with y'all.
Facts.
The day's coming. It's coming.
But right now I'm about to hang out with the rest of this